Hello. Welcome back to Phantasy Star Online 2. We met the Ash Maiden. That's really about all that happened. Well, and also the whole romance thing between Oza and Marlu's has been wrapped up.
Imagine that. Never would have thought I'd run into you here. I'm working on a little independent investigation of my own, see? And I thought maybe this place might...
Sorry to burst your bubble, Theodore, but I don't think this place has whatever you're after.
Do you know what I'm looking for, Maria?
A way to change from a Dooman back to a Newman, I presume? It's written clear as day on your face. What's so bad about being a Dooman? It's not like it'll kill you. The change probably only boosted your abilities. Why change back?
It's just this look that Ulk gives me sometimes. One I never saw when I was a Newman.
Really? The same girl who seemed completely unfazed when she found out the twisted workings of Ox as a whole?
I mean, I'm not like the other Dumans, right? I'm like a forced evolution. That probably makes people feel a little uncomfortable, right?
Oh, and I suppose she sees right through this negative line of thought, huh? Tell me, Theodore, do you have any idea how we casts came to be?
To save frail children, I thought.
Are you really that much of a fool, boy? Do you honestly think the Photoners would create an entire new race for poor little children? Sure, they use children with physical defects, but only those they saw potential in. We casts are typically created because our innate photonic aptitude outstrips what our flesh and blood bodies can handle. It's a well-known fact that Ox fiddled with the genetic makeup of our bodies. But every once in a while, actually, more often than you'd think, a child with incredible talents was born. Talents so powerful that their physical bodies could not contain them. Once such a child was spotted, they were removed from their flesh bodies and transferred to a mechanical one to make full use of their powers. Even if the transference left them with reduced potential, it would still keep them fit for battle, and that is what mattered. That is how we casts began. If anyone is a forced evolution, it's us. Now let me ask you one more thing. Theodore, do you feel uncomfortable at the sight of me and my fellow casts?
No, not at all.
Well, then the same probably goes for you then. The only thing she's truly worried about is how fixated you are on this whole issue. If you have time to spare for worrying about nonsense like this, you should spend it by her side instead. Because more than our bodies, more than our abilities, what really matters is our hearts. Got it? Then hurry up and get out of here! I can't help but tear into whiny little boys like him, who can never seem to fathom what's truly on a woman's mind. Still, at least he's not as bad as the universe's greatest blockhead of all. Who might that be? I'll leave it to your imagination.
It's a good thing with this character anyway. Her body can handle the power.
Die! Just die already, would you? Honestly, just how far is this boot camp loon planning to go? Oh my! It's you! Would you be so kind as to lend me a hand?
You need not bother. This is part of Katori's mission. We have been over this. As a test subject, you are obligated to engage in both real battles and training alike.
Yes, I'm well aware, but I do wish someone would have told me how dreadful this all was going to be.
This would be nothing if you were better prepared, as evidenced by how easily I still draw breath as you struggle to catch yours.
I would appreciate it if you did not assume a fragile girl like me could keep up with a fitness elite like yourself.
You asked for this to begin with. If you want to end it here, I will not stop you.
Oh, fine. Let's just get on with it then, shall we? Do be sure to watch as I do my very best.
She complains nearly as often as she breathes. Nothing good will come from hanging around here while she does. I promise. Farewell then.
Katori has some great moments in episode 4. I really enjoy them. This is a fun one.
Hello. Thank you. It's me, Patty, the well-known elder sister of Patia. And here's my younger sister, Tia. And today, we have someone else, the new member of Patia. Come on out! Hi, I'm Io. Boss?
What are you doing?
No! This isn't happening! Boss! Patty was frantic, saying that she needed me to come along or she'd be in a pinch. I couldn't say no.
Nah, we really thought Patia was getting stuck in a rut. So, we invited Io to be a new member. How about it, huh? Can't you see the potential of the new Patia? You're all so lost for words regarding my bright idea.
We're so appalled that we don't know what to say, dummy. I'm so sorry, Io. I didn't think Patty was stupid enough to do something like this.
No worries, Tia. It's also my fault for being unable to refuse.
Feel free to head home. Sorry for putting you through this. Oh, Patty, you can find your way home by yourself, right? Later.
What?
That's gonna cause problems for Io in the future. Still funny to watch.
Oh, Kotoshira.
Ah, Lady Sakunahime has awoken. Consequently, she wishes to commune with you two.
Commune is a grave way of putting it. I simply came to meet you. There is no need to be so apprehensive. Kotoshiro, you must learn to adopt a softer manner. How will you ever find a partner otherwise?
Lady Sakunahime, are you aware of the phrase, "It is none of your concern"?
Well, naturally, I know of it. It is often used when one hits upon a sore spot. Yes? Lady Sakunahime? Gracious, no need to be so formal. I am the Ash Maiden of Harukotan. I hold no standing for you two. Feel free to address me familiarly. But that would be rude to someone of your status. How is it rude exactly? I myself wish for you to address me in that manner. If you remain contrary, then I will simply order you to address me familiarly. But I would rather not resort to that.
You got it, Sakunahime.
Very good. Setting that aside, you are a rather meddlesome duo. Even if you have some connection to the horrid creatures that accompany the Nightfallers, you had no reason to follow this fool. Indeed, you should have used him as a decoy to fell your enemies. Why did you not do so?
You might be right, but we couldn't just abandon him.
That is all?
Yeah, I think so.
Intriguing. I consider it an honor to have met you. After an eternity, I have finally met beings worthy of calling my friends. What a happy occasion.
Friends? No, we couldn't.
Is it that disagreeable a suggestion? Or do you believe goddesses are not allowed to have friends?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just...
Then you should have no objections. I have already decided to call you friends. I care not if my feelings are one-sided.
Oh, Lady Sukuna-hime.
I told you to skip the formalities.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you, Sukuna-hime.
Likewise.
Lucky for us. Two 5.
You came at just the right time. I talked to Kotoshiro about it, but I was wondering why the Daybreakers are okay after fighting Falspawn.
You mentioned that before. I did not clearly understand the conversation itself, but it was something about not being corrupted, right?
Yeah, Falspawn can't be completely defeated without photon energy, and their remnants quickly become corrupted. You saw it too, didn't you, Kotoshiro? And that's why the Nightfallers are controlled by Gemini.
However, the brave Daybreakers repeatedly engage in combat, but do not present with any symptoms. Now I see. That is, indeed, strange.
That is foolish, Kotoshiro. What is strange about it? It is obvious. All the beings on this planet are awarded its divine protection. It naturally repels superficial ill will.
Yes, but, Lady Sukuna-hime, that does not explain the rampage of the Nightfallers.
Well, the divine protection extends to the Nightfallers as well. Thus, they must not feel malice. Have they been led astray by that eerie child? That fraudulent child that proclaims herself the Maiden. She might have instigated it. At any rate, you need not fret over it. You must deal with the matters that are looming overhead. It is good medicine for the Nightfallers, who have been enhanced to unnecessarily huge sizes. Beat them to a bloody pulp.
So they're not that naturally big. Gotcha. That's what happens when you only play through the story once. You miss out on a lot of details. Plus, you know, there's large gaps between some of these releases. Well, large for North American. We're actually getting content pretty fast.
You aren't the Divine One? Oh, how disappointing.
When New Genesis gets here, it'll be large gaps between story beats.
If only the Divine One was with us Daybreakers, the Nightfallers would be dealt with easily.
Now that is a selfish statement if I have ever heard one. It is not just them either. All Daybreakers tend to be like this. They say such things with no ill will meant. Certainly, the current invasion was instigated by the Nightfallers breaking the law. The fault lies with them, as foolish as they are. They are likely being deceived or manipulated by those ghoulish children. Either way, they are foolish. That includes the Night Lord for ignoring the situation as well. However, it is not only the Nightfallers. The Daybreakers are foolish as well. They both lack common sense. They once again recklessly rush down the road to war without bothering to negotiate or seek peace. The height of irrationality. I imagine my father and mother are weeping somewhere past the river. You two, there is no need to restrain yourselves on this planet. Please proceed to rake them over the coals.
I wonder if something happened to Sukuna Hime in the past.
Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Well, let's learn about it.
Over here! I was just wanting to speak with you, Kotoshiro.
Lady Sukuna Hime's past? If it is for a friend, I am quite willing to describe the legend to you.
The legend?
Indeed. Ash Maiden Sukuna Hime's past is, in essence, the legend of the planet itself. The tale may take some time in its telling. Harukaton is a place where contrast reigns supreme. Day and night never intertwine. Once upon a time, day and night were in conflict. The conflict lasted so long that no one could even remember what it was about. Eventually, the Day Lord and the Night Lord came to desire peace. The Day Lord's daughter and the Night Lord's son were wedded to seal a peace accord. And, for a time, the war was over. But the child born of day and night was gray, the color of ash. Small of frame and stunted in growth, neither dark nor light. The Day Lord blamed the Night's son. By the Night Lord's reckoning, the fault lay with the Day's daughter. And so, war began once again. The Night Father and Day Mother joined the conflict, which the Ashen Child sought to stop. The Ashen Child sacrificed its life in hopes of stopping its parents from fighting. Reeling, the husband and wife regained their senses. Clutching the Ashen Child's remains, they prayed to the stars and gave their lives so that the Ashen Child might know life's embrace once more. The Ashen Child, upon being revived, wept as the ashen remains of its parents passed feebly through its fingers. The child's tears created a river eternal, to separate day and night. Thus did the war come to an end at the hands of the Ashen Child. Yet the Ashen Child still prays for the two who burned to ashes in their grief. The child prays that its mother and father's lamentations may never be given form.
Harukotan is two halves of a whole. When comes life, so comes death.
Took me just now to notice that the planet was
I
black
thought
and
I
white like
heard a
that.
whisper of that unpleasant tale, and there you stood, Kotoshiro, honestly, you ever go too far.
Obviously, in the level itself, yes, but not the planet.
How
And the cinematics.
adroitly you have memorized such a tedious tale.
It was from you I first heard it, Lady Sukunahime.
Sukunahime, the Ash Maiden, from the legend I've just communicated.
A tale of tedium, the planet's legend, possessed of not one interesting part whatsoever. Put it out of your mind with haste, you two.
I'm sorry, Kotoshiro. I think we might have made Sukunahime mad at you.
It is not an issue. This is how it ever is. Lady Sukunahime is always angry at the foolish war of day and night.
The Ash Maiden teases.
You two are always together. Do you not tire of one another?
Whoa! Sukunahime? And Kotoshiro?
Or perhaps, are you two a couple?
A couple? No,
No need to be embarrassed. It was a joke. It is so very worthwhile to tease you, Matoi. Unlike Kotoshiro. He is too honest, too naive. I jokingly asked him if he would kill himself if I ordered it, and he attempted seppuku on the spot.
If you order me to give my life, I shall obey.
Idiot. Have sense enough to distinguish fact from folly.
To me, your word is absolute.
Ugh, such profound inflexibility. I implore you, find it within yourself to tell at least one joke.
If that is an order, I shall.
do you really have room to talk, Sukunahime? You're always with Kotoshiro too, you know.
I am the Ash Maiden's guardian. It is my duty to remain by Lady Sukunahime's side.
Kotoshiro, you buffoon. You have utterly failed to comprehend Matoi's intent. You were poking fun at how close we seem, yes? So as to get even?
You look like family.
Oh, we do we? Very well put. Kotoshiro?
The debt I owe you is a heavy one indeed. I cannot repay you in my lifetime. I became your guardian as a means to fulfill that obligation.
Obligation?
My hometown was annihilated in the dispute with the Nightfallers. I was the only one that survived. I was but an infant. Lady Sukunahime took me in and raised me under her care. Blind though I was, she did not abandon me. On the contrary, she raised me.
I considered leaving you be, but suspected the decision would cost me considerable sleep. So I brought you with me. If I had known I was raising such a stubborn creature, I would have left you where I found you.
What you blame me for has the ring of a failure in parenting.
Do not get fresh with me, Kotoshiro. That is hardly the tenor I'd expect from a bedwetting brat.
Why would you bring that up now?
By the by, Matoi, you brought up the fact that Kotoshiro and I are always together, which carries the tacit implication that you two are always together, yes?
Stop analyzing everything I say!
Let's see what we got. Alright, well, we'll stop this, and then hopefully next part we'll finish up this last little bit of chapter 1, and that's where I'm stopping this recording session. I've been doing this all day. Trying to do longer recording sessions just to get more buffering. Alrighty, thanks for watching.